Okay, continue.
See, they were nice though, who or whatever they were. They never did anything to hurt us. And a bunch of nights, something was trying to attack us and it felt, demonic or however you put it. And we called upon Michael. And it was pretty much instantaneous that they went away.
Oh, that's cool.
But Mel and Jake don't believe that it was the actual angels because, compared to them, we're nothing. I'm like, I don't know, maybe that they were trying to tell us the opposite, that they want to be our friends and they want to help us. And I turned to Mel and was like, Mel, you and I both know full well that we're not nothing compared to angels. We can be just as great, if not better than them.
Yeah. True.
And I told her, like, you know that we all have gifts, and we all have powerful gifts. We're not weak and useless. We're stronger than that. I'm like, you guys can claim that these spirits choose me to possess me all you want, but I'm the one who told them they can only control parts of my body, and they comply. If that's weakness, then
it's not weakness. You're in control of it.
I mean, supposedly Beelzebub wanted to talk to me, and I told him that you can't have full control. You can talk to me, but if I tell you to go, you have to go. And I told him that you have to sit cross-legged and you have to keep your hands on your lap. And he did it. And like I said, with him, anyone can say whatever they want about demons or whatever they are, but he complied, and he was talking to us, and everything was generally cool until they started to insult him. And then stupid nicknames and everything. And that's when he got mad. I told him it's like,
Okay.
Because, I told you about how me and her are working on a Norse mythology story.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like, I want to do my own thing, because in the end, like I said before, I'm not writing a textbook. I'm not writing personal things about them. I'm writing a story. And in the end, that's all it is, a story. And I don't think the guys are going to be that offended over one fucking book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want, all the main things about them themselves to be right. And as far as I know, and as far as I've always been concerned, Loki is a god, is mischievous, but he's not a god of fire. There's nothing that states that he's a god of fire. And there are a few things, but then you look more into it, and within the system of the Norse mythology, if you really look into it, there is a giant with a similar name to him by the name of Logi, and he is a god of fire. And it's like, Janet, that's why they keep thinking Loki's the god of fire, because they have a similar name. They probably have a similar spelling because some runes look alike. So they probably thought Loki was Loki.
True. When you're writing a story, like you said, you're not writing a true documentary.
But at the same time, it's like, to me, Loki is not a god of fire. Loki is not going to be a god of fire because that's not what he is. He's a frost giant. He can't be a god of fire. He's a frost giant.
Can't be done. It can't be done.
Well, even in the actual mythology, he is a frost giant, and Laozi is actually his mother, not his father. And I told her, it's like, and there are stories where Sleipnir is his son, and Sleipnir is the 8-legged gray horse. You know that huge 8-legged one that Odin rode in Thor?
Yeah.
That's actually from mythology, and in mythology, Loki gave birth to that. Yes. Loki can really get out there. There's a whole story behind that, but it's kind of a long story. I don't know, basically, it was in the beginning, or somewhere around the beginning, and the gods wanted to build their home. So, this guy, he had a specific race name, but I forgot how to pronounce it. And he asked for the sun, the moon, and Freya, and as his payment for when he was done. And he said, my only request while I do my work is if I can use my horse. Through Loki or whatever, it was like, okay, cool. And he was able to get down like 2 or 3 times as fast with the help of his horse. And the gods didn't like that for whatever reason. They're like, oh no, we can't have this. Loki, this is your fault. You gotta fix it. It's like, what? Odin, you're the king of gods. Why are you letting Loki call the shots? You're the fucking Allfather. What's wrong with you? Huh? What's wrong with you? Letting Loki call the shots. Why would you do that if you know what kind of person he is, you dumb freaking God? So Loki shapeshifted because he's a shapeshifter. He shapeshifted into a Mayan heat. For real. And the guy's horse realized this, and he's like, oh, I gotta tap back. And they, ran and ran and ran and ran. Apparently, sometime down the road, Loki gave birth to the 8-legged horse, Sleipnir. And I'm like, wow, Loki, you poor thing. I read some of this stuff, and I'm like, I think the gods just really did not like Loki. He's a total... Damn, man, they just totally ruined him. Dad give birth to an 8-legged horse? What? Here's Loki's just like, yep, that's my kid, alright. It's a horse with 8 legs. I know. Ain't he cute? Who's daddy's little adorable horse? People can make jokes all they want, but at least Loki wasn't afraid to try new things. Loki had a lot of kids. Every kid he has, though, is not human at all, except for when he had kids with Sagine. Because when he had Sleipnir, it's an 8-legged gray horse. It is specifically a gray horse. And when he was with the giantess Engerdoba, I wasn't saying her name right. His kids ended up being a giant wolf, Fenris or Fenrir, whichever one. He can call either one. Jormungandr, who was thrown into the ocean by Odin, where he grew and he grew and he grew because the ocean is huge, so he can grow. And he got so big that he was able to wrap completely around the world and bite his own tail. And it's said that when Ragnarok comes, he'll let go of his tail, and the world will start to end, and he'll fight with Thor. So apparently him and Thor, they fight a lot, apparently. And then their daughter was Hel, and like I said, that she's either half corpse, half beautiful woman, half skeleton, half beautiful woman, or half pure white something. But when he had kids with Sagine, his second wife, the child bride, as she's apparently called, their sons were completely humanoid and normal looking. I read a story that was supposedly how him and Sagine met. It was really cute. It's like, oh, come here, Loki, you're so cute. I don't know. Me and Janet fight about it all the time. And she was saying how she always knew Freya to be Odin's wife. I'm like, well, I looked into it, and I looked around and around and around, and Freya is not his wife, and her husband was Od. That's probably why they got mixed up, because Od and Odin, they probably figured, oh, they gotta be the same thing. And Frigga is actually his wife. I'm probably not saying her name correctly. And Janet's like, well, I've never heard of her before. I'm like, I haven't either, and I've always known about Freya, but if you think about it, it makes sense that they might have gotten names mixed up. They might have combined things because they were lazy. It's like, I told her, it's like, Loki had nothing to do with evil or fire until the Christians and the Buddhists got to him.
Yep.
And before then, he was just a trickster. That's all. He just liked to mess with people. But that doesn't make a person evil. He just liked to fuck around a lot. But he was a trickster, but he was a decent guy for the most part in the end. But then the Christians and everyone else got a hold of it, and all of a sudden, poor Loki is the epitome of evil, and it's like, that's not, no. I don't know, for some reason, I never ever thought that he was the bad guy. That's why I get upset during Marvel, because it's like, no, poor Loki, why is he the bad guy again? Those deleted scenes better explain it, because, damn it, I will give him reasons to be a bad guy. Because, no. And I'm like, Janet, if you ever really did proper research, you would know half this shit. I don't know if I'm right, but it makes sense when you think about it. And I think I'm right. And she's like, well, in this one book, I'm like, yeah, that's one book, Janet. I don't care what anyone says, unless you do, like, research in more than one place, even if it's all over the internet, at least it's research.
Mhm.
Because I was looking through the Solitary Bush book, because I'm like, you know what? I talked to Anubis. Why not talk to another date, you know? And I'm looking through, and I'm like, no, maybe, no, maybe, no. I don't know. No. Hey, Loki, god of fire. What? No, he's not the fucking god of fire. Mischief, and mayhem, maybe, but not fire. What the fuck? And Janet's like, well, according to that, he's the god of fire. And I'm like, doesn't mean it's right, piece of crap. Fuck that. He's not, no fire. Loki and fire not together.
It's like all Wiccan books aren't the same.
I mean, I like the book because it's really good for starters, you know? It's a really good book for when you're actually starting out and stuff. And there's actual angelic spells in there too. That you can use to call upon like your guardian angel and stuff. And it says in the book, angels are not really part of any religion, and they will help you if you need it.
Exactly. So what's the issue? She wants to be Wiccan, but she doesn't want to deal with the angels because it's supposed to be religious.